I do wrong, better give me the work. One like a jumper, I'm feeling like Dirk. My page are addy, they wanna come lurk. They only feel good if they post it on perks. Living my life and it comes with the perks. Knew I could fuck when she gave me the smirk, but it was so easy, it gave.
What's good? MarlonmadethatTV back with another video, and today we got Baddies Africa episode 16. You feel me? The review ski. But hey, before we jump into that, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on post notification bells to be updated with all forms of new content, Nick. But without further ado, we're gonna jump straight into this motherfucker. So boom. It starts off with Fauna taking the mic from Lex. I'm talking about snatch the fuck. Give me that. Run me that. So she snatches the mic up out of her. Boom. Diamond and Lex try to run up on her. Bow. Diamond funny as fuck. She still singing Line It Up. She lined that shit up. Oh, line that shit up. So Lex is trying to get the Fauna, but security, breaks it up and things like that. So Natalie just like, y'all gotta chill. You know what I'm saying? We can't be fighting in the club and bookings because they not gonna want to book us if y'all tripping like that. So Summer pulls up and she's like, show me your baddest bitch. Yo, Summer is just too funny, yo. Like, that shit was hella funny. And Scotty, I'm confused. Why did you shade Fauna saying she didn't have decorum? I don't know if she was talking about Dolly and the big like, I don't know. But when she said, oh, Lex and Fauna started fighting in the club and that wasn't very decorum, like, you have no class, y'all don't have no da-da-da-da. And then I'm like, don't you fuck with Fauna? I don't know. That shit was weird. So Lex and Fauna, they start arguing in the club, you feel me, going back and forth. Fauna ends up chucking a fan at Lex, throwing that shit at her. Boom! Boom! Threw that shit at her, cracked her with it. Nigga, Summer dancing, she she look over, she motherfucking throw a drink on Fauna. She throw a drink on Fauna. Fauna is not fucking with it. She mad as hell. Like, she want that. Natalie face when Lex got the mic and said, big Lex whooping everybody. Natalie face was so puzzled. Like, she looked just shocked. Like, she was like, huh? Like, what the fuck? Like, and Lex throwing air punches in the slow-mo cameo is killing me, bro. That shit was funny. I'm like, what the fuck? So, that was the club booking. They leave the club, go the next day, boom. So it's Rolly, Diamond, Tavi, Ivory, and Marissa having a conversation about Scotty and Big Lex fight. They saying how they're proud of Scotty fighting and, being able to hold her own and doing what she does against Lex. Like, that's crazy. Which is like, she ain't really been do much. Like, I feel like both of them didn't do damage to each other. But Lex has a problem or struggles when it's taller girls like her. I noticed that. Like, bigger girls, she don't mind. But when it's a girl her same height, she kind of struggles. You know what I'm saying? Because she can't use her length for the punches. So it cuts to another scene with Dolly, Summer, Lex, Russian, Elsie, and Choco. And they're talking about Elsie fighting Rolly. Dolly said, I don't mean no harm, but Rolly handled your ass like a little kid. Like, Dolly be saying that shit to their faces. It'd be funny because they not gonna check her. So it comes back to the scene with Rolly and Diamond and all that. So Rolly explains why she did what she did to LCK, which was crazy. She slapped the shit out of her. I'm like, damn, like, that shit wow. So after that, Ivory ends up bringing up the fact she might have to go home because something happened. Now, Ivory, why would you lie like that? Why you lying, ho? Why you lying? Because you went on live when you got into it with your girlfriend and you said that you lied about going home for Baddies because you were tired and you didn't want to keep dealing with it. That was the reason. You didn't say, and mind you, she didn't say in the scene why. She just said something at home. But the blogs during filming were saying, oh, because her girlfriend got locked up, which could have been true. I don't know, but no, even Danye came out and said that was cap. So I don't know. So Summer brings up the Lex and Fauna situation and what's going down with that, because she's like, well, are y'all gonna resolve y'all issues? And Lex like, we gonna handle that when we handle that, you know what I'm saying? And Dolly says she's tired of seeing the girls fight Lex and getting whooped on because they're gonna say Lex is a bully when that's not the case. And I can't say Lex wasn't starting all those problems with them. Like, sometimes they was provoking and itching a problem. So yeah, but you ask for it, you gonna get it, you know what I mean? So Rolly says Natalie has a horseback riding experience for them to go to, and Diamond just cuts off. They say fuck Natalie, and they do a dramatic cutscene with all of them that's sitting there, which I'm like, huh? So Diamond says that Natalie and Summer were bringing up her name on live and talking crazy, and I remember when that was happening while they were filming and they were in that car. So yeah, because Summer was popping it about Diamond, but Natalie was like, oh yeah, these bitches can't fuck with me on my worst day. So Diamond like, nah, like I'm ready to confront Natalie when I see her because that's weird. Like we just made up, we got cool, they were in the club last night, she was singing, line it up, like turning up and shit like that. But then you turn around and say, oh, they can't fuck with me on my worst day, my best day, my better, like, you know, you shitting on them. And it's like, we cool, like what the fuck is you shitting on me for? It's cool to pop your shit, but you don't gotta shit on me while popping your shit. You get what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is, you know what I mean? So all the ladies get ready to go horseback riding and get ready. Summer moaning in the confessionals. What was that? She was like, I don't ride horses, but I do ride a horse. I was like, what the fuck? Like, are you cool? Like, bitch, you cool? Like, what the fuck? Like, bitch, we don't need all that. Like, damn. And also too, I wanted to clarify the fact that Dolly was the only one that was really dressed for the occasion to go horseback riding. Everybody else had on some regular schmegular shit, but I don't even think everybody rode horses. Like, they was just there for liquor and the African time, which, hey, ain't nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with a good time. So, Rolly is actually on the bus with LCK, which is like crazy, but Rolly ends up talking to LCK on the bus, and it's not static, but there's really no solution into what they say. Like, LC just said, I'm gonna stand up for myself. I don't care how you feel or what you perceive about me. Like, I'm gonna stand up for myself whether you like me or not. And I can respect that about her, because she's not the greatest fighter. She's horrible. But at least she's not gonna let nobody talk to her crazy, even if it's Rolly big ass. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn. So, K-Rican start popping it in the confessionals about Natalie, because Diamond brought up the fact that the situation that happened on live with Natalie and Summer, and she felt as though it wasn't CEO like, or it wasn't boss like a Natalie to instigate and, you know, hype Summer up talking shit. It was just like, we all, your cast members, like, keep it cordial, keep it cute, but, you know, you're not having that same energy with everybody, and I don't think she liked that, you know what I mean? Boom. So, yeah, K-Rican said that, on the bus, actually, K-Rican mentions that Natalie only wanted minions for her or around her. Like, she want people that's gonna fight when she want to fight, jump when she want to jump. Like, that's not what they're here for. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, she understood that before she got there, they wanted her to be, like, up under her. But I think Fauna, K-Rican, and Kokilla, they don't really like Natalie like that. Like, I don't think they fuck with her for real. You don't fuck with us for real. When they fought at the winery, for the real fans that know. So Natalie and Scotty arrive at the horseback riding before all the girls. You know, they start talking about no. Scotty busted her heel while they were walking, to film the scene. So she busted her heel. She had to change in the slide. That was funny. And Scotty in her confession was just like, yeah, you know, I'm just trying to chill and be cute. You know, I'm tired of fighting this big Space Jam bitch. She talking about that. So Natalie explains to Scotty and says she took Summer in the car after the club because she wanted to avoid her getting on the bus and it being more drama, because apparently there was only one bus, but actually it was two buses, and Fauna got on another bus that was separate, and she didn't want to. I don't know, I feel like Natalie was capping. Like, there's two buses, like, how the fuck there's only one? But the rest of the ladies revive at the spot. You know what I'm saying? They line up to try to get to the horses, you know what I'm saying? Natalie, Rolly, and Scotty, they trying to get them to, you know, at least get on the horses. So, boom. Motherfucking... The rest of the ladies arrive at the spot, right? Ivory announces that she will be leaving because of family issues. But before she goes... This is the confessional. But before she goes, she needs that with Dolly. She like, you always injured. Come on, pussy. You feel me? Pussy. You know what I mean? Like, she's calling Dolly scary. Like, Dolly don't want that. She don't need that. Dolly says she'll be waiting on Ivory's return. And Ivory says Dolly was fine last night and earlier that day because she saw her icing out her hand. Her hand, the ice wasn't on her hand that morning, and she said, well, you're fine, you can fight. And Dolly like, no, if you think I'm faking an injury, and let's clock this, because like, this is a fact. Like, I will say Dolly, I don't think Dolly, Summer, or Lex is scared of Ivory. Like, let's run that out the way. Like, I've been seeing fans who are just fans of Ivory, like stands, you feel me, that just, they don't think, I'm telling you now, Dolly is not afraid of no fucking Ivory. I'm gonna be honest, you feel me, because at the end of the day, she fought her every round she wanted to fight while she was healthy. And she never ducked a fade. At the reunion, yeah, like, she didn't want to fight Ivory. But think about it, she fought Tasiki. Who the fuck you just fought a fucking brolic ass bitch? Who the fuck want to fight Ivory after Tasiki? Goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Neither or, but, you know, it is what it is. So, Dolly calls out Kokilla too and says, oh yeah, when my hand get right, I'm gonna run that with you too, miss. Yeah. And then Kokilla says, you know, as soon as Ivory leave, her shit gonna be cool. Your shit gonna be right back to normal. Because they saying that Dolly was PC'd up. Like, she didn't really, you know what I'm saying? She didn't really want that. She wasn't trying to fight Ivory, but Ivory not the type of person you could fight just with a broken hand or like a fucked up hand. You gotta be at 100%. You know what I mean? So Dolly says that all the girls are friends with Ivory out of fear. Like, they don't fuck with Ivory for real. They're just weird. Like, they just want to hop on her train, which I'm not gonna say that's true, but it could be. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they don't want to smoke, because remember, Ivory did hit Fauna in a room when she broke up the fight between LCK and K Rican, but she didn't get no lick back and just got cool with her. So it could be true. It could be some truth to that. So Diamond and Ivory tell Dolly go stand behind the horse and get kicked. So she like, man, fuck y'all. I'm gonna have it wang dang doodly dang. You feel me? So the ladies end up getting on the horse. Not all, but some of the girls. Like I said, Dolly was dressed for the occasion. She was literally the only one. Then Diamond is like sad that Ivory's going home and leaving. You know what I'm saying? Because she's like, oh, I don't have nobody. But I feel like Diamond, like on Caribbean, you stood by yourself. Midwest, I mean, you had Tink as a duo, but like you stood out. Like you stood, well, when you were there, you feel me? Like you stood on your business. So it's like you don't really need sidekicks or trios or duos. And this season was heavily clicked up. It was Baddies trio for real, or Baddies duo, because like everybody was clicked up with something, somebody. And it's just like, girl, you can hold your own. You don't need Ivory to fight for you. Because I've been hearing fans saying that Diamond and Pretty P just be following after Ivory, and I don't like that for them, because y'all got your own personalities and know how to fight, so y'all don't need Ivory where y'all go, you know what I mean, or to follow Ivory. So Ivory tells them to keep their head up, lock arms, keep their head up, and if they back against the wall and the bitches try something, so everybody feel like Dolly won't be injured once Ivory leaves. Like, I'm telling you, they just and it's just as soon as Ivory left, yeah, bitch, I'm on that. And it's so funny because like that shit true. I ain't gonna lie. Like, they not even lying when they say that. So Scotty pulls up on the horse. Marissa goes over to pet it, but while she doing that, the horse takes a mean ass shit. But I want y'all to keep that in mind, because that horse shit is gonna play a big part in the next episode. So that horse shit, yeah, that shit set it off next episode. Boom. Ivory ends up making her exit. She ends up going, you know what I'm saying? She said the biggest bully, she's out, you know what I mean? She had a great season, way better than last season and shit like that. She ends up leaving. I'm like, all right, boom, peace out. We'll see you next season. Maybe not. We don't know. So then LCK, Russian, and Choco have a conversation, and LCK says she's going to stand on what she believes in. She don't care, like, if somebody tries to disrespect her. Choco finally says she's done fighting Diamond. You know what I'm saying? She feels sick. She's cold. Like, you know what I'm saying? She couldn't fight to her best ability, and she just wants to focus on healing. She's not trying to keep fighting Diamond for no reason. So that shit over with. Then Fauna finally pulls up. You feel me? And sits down. Rolly doesn't want to get hurt, so she's not riding no horses. So it's Rolly, Natalie, Fauna, and Scotty. So they're sitting down on the bench talking and clock it. Fauna finally checks Natalie. Like, feel me? She was avoiding eye contact because I don't think she wanted to lose her job. I don't think she wanted to get fired from Baddies, so she just kept the eye contact to a minimum. But she checks Natalie for going live with Summer and letting her talk shit about them. And she says that, it was wrong of her to allow that to happen. So Natalie says, well, she can't control what Summer says, or anybody says for that matter. You know what I mean? Like, you can't get mad at me. Like, I'm just the EP. Like, I can't control these girls. But it was like, Natalie, you didn't have to go live. If Summer was talking shit just in the car between y'all two, then cool. Nobody there. But you went live, and then you started popping it like, yeah, Diamond and Anna could never be me. But it was Summer. Summer said it, but like, you was egging her on type shit. So you was just as wrong, And Fauna said, damn, if I was... She was like, you a boss, like, but she said boss is a mentality. I said, ooh. I was like, oh damn. I said, oh, she don't think the mentality of Natalie is a boss, which I don't think. I think Natalie gives cast member a lot, but she don't be wanting to fight, and that's the problem. We're getting in the middle. But Fauna says, yeah, if that was her, she would have took the phone from Summer and ended the live, because it's like, I'm not about to let you sit here and talk about my girls, because Natalie at the end of the day is the host of all of them. It doesn't matter. So Summer gets called over by LCK, Russian, and Choco, and Summer like, shit. I look over, I'm on peripheral, and I see bitches. So let me go see what they talking about. Yo, Summer is just, she's unintentionally funny. Like, it's just so crazy. So LCK asked them, like, what's the problem? What's the issue? How they feel about Ivory leaving? And they just like, well, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care. I don't really give a fuck. Dolly like, oh, I damn sure I don't even know it. I don't even see. I ain't hear nothing. I ain't see nothing. So then Lex was like, I'm kind of glad Ivory's gone because Dolly needed a break to heal her hand. And I'm like, do you think Dolly was getting whooped on? I don't know. But yeah, Lex said, she just needs to chill. She needs to rest. She needs to heal. You know what I'm saying? So Lex said, they asked about Scotty, and Lex said she's going to end up running it with Scotty and Fauna. Like, she knows that's going to eventually be a thing, And it cuts back to where Fauna at, and she says that the big three are causing problems in the club. Yet, Natalie isn't checking none of that. You say no fighting, but yet they're instigating fights on the mic, trying to provoke us, trying to do this. But when we're on that, and it's crazy because all in one season, literally in one season, like, y'all went from attacking the OGs like Jayla, Scotty, Anna, not Tasiki, but Big E. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was on their necks about them doing shit to the newbies and being weird, not showing up to bookings, not being on time, not doing this, and y'all turned around literally a couple months later, because it hadn't even been a year. Like, Baddies Midwest ain't even been a year since filming, and y'all like doing the same shit the OGs was doing last season. But this even worse, like 10 times worse. So it's like, she not wrong. So then Diamond ends up coming over, and she's backing Fauna, but she's also addressing her personal issue with Natalie. And she confronts Natalie for going live and saying what she said. And the big three says they don't care about her leaving. What the fuck? Big three says they don't care about her leaving. Oh, that was about Yeah, that was about Ivory leaving. Yeah, I'm like, what? Hold on. Oh, Dolly said the fist good. The fist gonna be waiting for Ivory when she come back. That's funny. So now it cuts back to Diamond, and Diamond pulls up the video from the live, and Natalie was being messy. You know what I'm saying? Natalie was being hella messy. So once her part got up, and she said that, she was like, oh, I don't know why they think they're me. So Natalie says, I know you don't think you're trying to be me. Like, bro, you're trying to be funny. Diamond should have sacked her right then and there when she said, oh, I know you're not trying to be me. Like, it's sometimes it's not what you say, but it's like how you say it. Like, she said it in a real condescending tone, and that just led for Diamond to just smack you. Because, like, what? You should have got smacked right then and there. But maybe, Diamond don't want to lose her job, so she playing chess. And Rolly says Natalie can't be doing stuff like that. Like, these are your girls. Like, if you don't pick a side, be neutral. Like, if they're talking shit, let them talk their shit to each other. But you don't get in it and start hyping it up and start shitting on the next cast member or your crew member, and you start popping it. You know what I'm saying? And Rolly for CEO Baddies. I said what I said. Rolly deserves to be CEO of Baddies, and I don't care what nobody says. Like, those girls respect her, they listen to her, and Rolly can fight. She's not scary, and she would make sense. If Natalie stepped down the throne, hey, Rolly, I wouldn't mind. All right, so Natalie says she's going to pop her shit regardless. She doesn't care about how everyone feels. She feels like everybody pops their shit, so what's the problem when she does it? Diamond is mad confused because she's like, we just made up. Like, literally last night we sat down, we was having fun, we was turning up at the club, and then you an hour later, you popping it at me. Like, I'm not understanding, And Diamond said, you say my name one more time. I'm on that. I swear to God, I'm on that. Like, you're not finna keep playing with you. You say my name one more time. You know what I'm saying? So Natalie goes, Diamond, calm down. Yeah, that shit was funny. So Summer and the group she was with, Summer, the big three, and LCK and all them, end up getting called over and shit like that. And Summer stands on what she said, and she felt like she says Natalie wasn't saying shit, like, at all. It was more so Summer and her popping her shit. Like, it wasn't Natalie. She just added on, but yeah. And then Summer said Natalie should have told Diamond something. So Diamond said something as well. And Fauna's sitting there mad. She goes in her confessionals, and she's just like, I'm looking at Summer, and I'm really getting mad because it just reminds me of when she threw a drink at me last night. Like, I don't like that. I don't fuck with that. Like, you need that, so I want that. And Fauna hopped up and minked the fuck. I'm talking about mink popped the fuck out of Summer shit. I'm like, oh, mind you, earlier Summer said she couldn't fight because she couldn't close her fist. And she couldn't make a whole fist. So she wasn't really trying to fight, but if anybody wanted to, they could. But Yeah, Fauna, she Fauna beat the fuck out of her, and it ends there and it cuts to next week. And that's all I got for this video. But make sure y'all hit the like, make sure y'all subscribe, make sure y'all comment, leave y'all feedback. You feel me? I fuck with y'all. I see we growing, you know, day by day. You know what I'm saying? We growing, we doing our shit. So thank y'all to everybody that support me and fuck with me. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all next video.